Hi everyone, welcome to this video series where we'll be building a fully functional dictionary web app from scratch using Next.js and Tailwind CSS. You can find the link to this challenge in my description below. I've accepted this challenge from Frontend Mentor and we'll walk through everything from setup to deployment. By the end of this series, you'll have your own live app that you can share. So let's dive in. As you can see in one of the designs, this is how the dictionary app looks. It has got a quick search feature and few of the meaning sections and dark and light mode toggling between itself. Let's start by looking at the project files we'll be working with. Here we have a package.json which outline the dependency like Next.js and Tailwind CSS with Prime React as our component library. We'll also have a Tailwind configure file where we'll be customizing Tailwind for the basic setups. First, let's set up our environment. Once you open up a terminal and after cloning the repository, you can run the command npm install to install all the necessary dependency. While that's running, let's quickly talk about why we are using Next.js. It's great for server-side rendering and SEO and perfect for a dictionary app. As I've already installed npm packages, let's now configure Tailwind CSS. Tailwind is a utility first-class CSS framework that helps us to quickly style our app. In the Tailwind configuration file, you can customize things like colors over here onto the themes section, and you can also include the necessary fonts that we'll be utilizing in this scenario of the app. We'll use some of these configurations, but feel free to tweak it based on your own. We'll also be utilizing some font weights and font sizes to keep things consistent within the design. So now let's build out the basic layout. First, we'll create the main layout component under the app, which is of course the page.jsx, where it handles all the major components. We'll also be importing our Tailwind utility class to handle the styling, where everything is imported in the layout. As you can see, the global CSS here with fonts itself as well. Now, to create the basic structures as given in the design, before we start creating the codes within the VS Code, let's quickly look through the basic layout structure, such as the headers, there is a search bar, there is this main text section of that specific word, and the meaning section itself. So to create this from scratch, we have a page.js where we will be importing all the necessary components such as headers and all that, and we'll create each of those layout under this page and import the necessary Tailwind classes. So to create search bar and the header from scratch, let's give it a quick look. So I've been using Prime React in this scenario. So what we have is the hero image, the drop down which we have utilized from the Prime React, and then the toggle switch for dark and light mode. So that will be our header component, and we'll go on to our next component, which is the search section, where we have an input text followed by a search button and included all the Tailwind CSS classes. So these are just some basic structures here. We'll not go into the functional side of it just yet, but this is how a project will be structured, and we'll talk a bit more onto our next video. So thank you for your time and see you on video 2, where we'll be building functionality, and integrating the API's search feature.